After giving birth, the first thing the woman did was have all the furniture moved out of the house, leaving her husband a signed divorce agreement. Then, with the child in tow, she resolutely boarded the return bus, leaving the village where she had lived with her husband for 5 years, to embrace her new life. However, her husband, upon finding the divorce agreement, thought the woman was just playing hard to get, leaving the agreement behind in hopes that he would go after her and try to convince her to stay. He couldn't believe that the woman who had done everything for him, washing his clothes, cooking his meals, sacrificing her career, and putting him first, could easily divorce him. What he didn't know was that the woman had already been deeply hurt by his actions with the scheming woman, and had decided to stop wasting time on her husband. She was ready to return to the capital and start a brand new life. 5 years ago, the woman had been a distinguished professor at Jinghua University, but she had unexpectedly fallen in love with her husband, who worked in the logistics department. From then on, she began a relentless pursuit of him, delivering meals to him every day in different ways. After 3 months, she finally succeeded in marrying him. After marriage, she gave up her career as a professor, followed her husband to the countryside, and became a full-time housewife. But for 2 years, her husband refused to get close to her, always rejecting her advances with various excuses. Then, one night last year, after her husband had been drinking, their relationship finally took a step forward. Not long after, the woman found out she was pregnant with her husband's child. But 7 days before her due date, she overheard a conversation between her husband and his best friend, and discovered that the person her husband truly loved had always been his childhood friend. Her husband had only married her because he feared people would gossip if he let his childhood friend stay with him. So he married her as a cover-up. This way, he could freely be with his childhood friend. Even that night, when he slept with her, he had mistakenly thought she was his childhood friend because he was drunk. He never planned on having a child with her. Heartbroken upon learning the truth, the woman immediately decided to divorce her husband and return to the city. But just as she had been approved to transfer back to the city, the jealous scheming woman took the transfer opportunity from her. The woman fought with all her strength to reclaim it, but the scheming woman scalded her with boiling hot water. If it weren't for immediate medical attention, her right hand would have been permanently damaged. But her husband, who had witnessed the entire incident, didn't show any concern for her. Instead, he rushed to tend to the scheming woman, who had only gotten a small blister from the hot water. He even asked the woman to give the transfer letter to the scheming woman as compensation, promising he would be merciful and take care of her for 2 days after the baby was born, and even accompany her to watch a movie. But the woman was no longer the obedient wife she once was, and she wasn't about to let the scheming woman bully her. She immediately went to the post office to report the scheming woman. With 6 days remaining before her return, the woman relaxed at home, waiting for her departure. This, however, irritated the scheming woman, who urged her to go to work and earn work points to exchange for food. For 5 years, the scheming woman had never worked a single day, relying entirely on the woman's hard work. But now, the woman no longer had to tolerate it. Seeing that the woman wasn't listening to her, the scheming woman threatened to have her husband divorce her, and even claimed that the husband only cared about her, and the woman was merely there to serve him like a maid. Triggered by this remark, the scheming woman, in a fit of rage, grabbed a vase and smashed it over the woman's head. When the husband returned, he quickly rushed the woman to the hospital. But when she woke up, she noticed that, besides the wound on her head, there were also needle marks on her wrist where blood had been drawn. It turned out that while she was unconscious, her husband had allowed the nurse to draw his blood to fake a condition for the scheming woman. Unable to bear this any longer, she decided to pack up and leave immediately. But when she returned home, she found that her husband had used the red sugar and milk powder her parents sent to nourish her during her pregnancy to make medicine for the scheming woman.